The only thing that is hotter than the temperatures outside are the tickets for opening night to the Percy Jackson Youth Musical here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater. Normally we start on the external part of the theater in the mall at Sierra Vista. For some reason, we decided to start in this particular dressing room. I'm not sure why, but thank you so much for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. Starting backstage here, these are the dressing rooms that the Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson Musical, actors and actresses will be running in and out of all night. And Kiri Miller is here. Kiri, you are the amazing director of this show. Now, before we get out there, we do have some great people to talk to, but we want to start with the greatest.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about what I love. I love talking about the Sierra Vista Community Theater and how hard you guys work on such a shoestring budget to put together the most amazing things so many times a year. And this is the youth musical. This is the big one. This is the one that all the families are going to see.
Oh, yeah.
They're all going to come out for it. Talk about the Lightning Thief Percy Jackson Musical.
Well, it's literally in the title. It's one of those things. When we chose the musical, we originally had a completely different musical. I had it already ingrained in my brain. That's what we were going to do. We weren't going to change it. I was not even compelled to change it. And then last year during A Little Princess, a bunch of our kids were sitting around and they started singing the music from this musical. And I was like, what's that from? And then they started talking to me about it, and then it just grew within them. So when we were picking the seasons on our last season selection meeting, okay, so we're going to do this. I want to do Percy Jackson. And it just spewed out. And it's also because we have...
So it's almost an accident that this is even happening.
Yeah, it's kind of an accident. It was not planned. And I had, when I got chosen to direct it, because we still have to go through a whole process of choosing who the directors are. You've been on the panel.
I know, which is exciting. It was an honor.
And when I got chosen, I had less than a month before auditions even happened. So something this big and this complex. And I didn't even realize how complex this musical was until I actually got the script in and I was listening to the music and I went, no. So it was a very rigorous thing. I had 2 music directors, I had 2 choreographers, I had a fight director, amazing designers, and the kids worked really hard. I think we had 68 kids come out and audition. There's 5 to 10 part harmonies going almost the whole time. So it was quite the process.
So not just casting acting, you're literally casting vocal and musical talent. And by the way, I feel uncomfortable standing right here. Let's scoot over right here where that's in the background. How about we scoot right here?
You can thank Ryan Gan Martin for this room.
I know, Ryan. I owe you, buddy.
He was of course. But so yeah, during auditions I had picked music from the shows. The music in this isn't falsetto. It isn't in your head voice or in a lower register. This is belting, mixed voice, chest voice. They're all big voices. And when you listen to the soundtrack, you're like, how are kids supposed to do this? And I was like, that was my thing too. And I was like, you know what? The kids are going to come out. And there were 68 kids that came out. And they all did phenomenal. They had to pick one of 4 or 5 songs from the show. I had a shared drive for them all to practice from, and they were some of the toughest songs. And then we had choreography. We had DOA, which was the hardest dance. And then for callbacks, we had our fight director come in, and he did fight choreography with them. So it wasn't just acting, singing, dancing. We added in that fight element to see who was focused, who was listening, who could take on that kind of challenge. And a lot of these songs, they're fighting while singing, or they have this intense fight scene and then have to belt right after.
Amazing.
And they're killing it.
Now let's talk about how many kids are a part of this cast, this youth musical, The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson Musical here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater, running April 11th through the 27th.
Yep. So right now we have 20.
Okay.
We did cast about 23. 3 had to drop out. It's a large musical. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
And school was more important. I understand that to an extent. Come on.
How dare you? Where are your priorities, kids?
Right now we have 20 kids in the cast, and then we have 2 youth technicians on the sides, and then we have 1 other technician in the back, and that's Jeremy. In the front, we have youth on the spotlight who is graduating after this show. Same with one of the ones in the back. Our PSM who is graduating from youth theater this year. Our lighting and sound, music, and then Mike over there is running mics.
Of course. How ironic. How ironic, Mike, on the mics. Yeah, I bet. I bet they're absolutely epic. Well, we've been waiting long enough, and I could stand here all day, but should we talk to some of the cast members and see? We'll let you lead it. We'll let you lead us out. So we're literally again in the dressing room here for The Lightning Thief, the Percy Jackson Musical at the Sierra Vista Community Theater in the mall at Sierra Vista. The show will be running the 11th through the 27th, and you can get your tickets now. Find all the information in the post description. Oh, we're actually going to enter here. We're going to enter here to a roaring crowd. Thank you, guys. So John's going to move over here. You can actually come up on the stage, probably, John. I don't even know what you want to do here, but I've got the talking stick. And what side should we start on? What side would you like to?
Your choice.
Well, let's start here on this side. Now we've gone through all of the production and the backstory for how this all came together. So it's time to meet these incredible young actors, singers, fight scene choreographers, and everything else that's going to be going. Yeah, and the text and everybody else who's a part of this show. And we'll start with the very end. Here's what I'd like you to do. Tell us your name and how many shows you've been in at the Sierra Vista Community Theater up to this point. So that I know. Now all you have to start thinking. And when you use the talking stick, just keep it close.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Your name. That's where we start.
My name is Silver.
Hi, Silver.
I've been in... So there's 2, and I've been here 4. It would be my 9th youth show.
That's amazing. And talk about the experience of the youth show and why it is so unique to all the rest of the Sierra Vista Community Theater productions over the course of the year.
It's amazing to work with people my own age and people who are younger. It's definitely helped me grow as a person and as an actor. This is my last show with the youth about how I was when I first started, and now it's amazing to see the growth that I know has come from working within the youth theater. But I am excited to be doing more with the adult theater as well.
And how do you feel now? Tomorrow night, opening night, is a sellout.
I'm really excited because everyone has put in so much work for this show. It's also one of my favorite shows. Be sitting up in the booth over there and being able to see everyone do so amazing in front of a full crowd.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun. How about we say thank you to Silver. Pass that microphone on down. Tell us your name. How many shows have you done here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater?
So my name's Emmy, and I think I'm pushing 10, maybe over 10. I don't know.
But being at this point now, what makes this show unique? So as someone, do you still get goosebumps maybe, or thinking about butterflies, thinking about what tomorrow night is going to be, what opening night is, or are you such a pro at this point on this very stage that it's just second nature?
The nervousness never goes away. You're always going to get nervous. And if that nervousness goes away, you have something to worry about, and then you get nervous again anyways. But as soon as I walk on stage, it usually goes away, or I take the nerves and put it into the scene that I'm going into.
Awesome. And you know what? I forgot to ask, what character are you playing?
I'm actually the youth PSM for the show. Okay. So I'm not actually.
Okay. Perfect. And
also Percy's understudy.
Okay. So yeah, that's huge. Okay. And what would be your role in this production?
I play Annabeth Chase.
Okay. And without spoiling anything, what kind of journey or story arc in general does your character take?
She's always very smart. She's the daughter of Athena, and she has all these strategies and itineraries. She plans out everything, kind of similar to myself. And
so you're saying you're typecast. That's what you're saying.
I don't know. But she goes throughout the story, and in the beginning has some beef with Percy and likes to pick on him a lot, and that changes throughout the show as it goes on.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, and it'll be right here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater in the mall at Sierra Vista. Tomorrow night is opening night. It's all sold out. You can't get tickets. There might be some walk-ups available, but you can't get tickets tomorrow night because this place is already going to be packed, but you got to get tickets now. Emmy, let's hear for Emmy. Hey! Pass the mic on down. Tell us your name and how many productions at the Sierra Vista Community Theater you have been in.
My name is Harley, and I've probably been a part of almost every single production here since I was 13.
Literally from, and all different aspects as well, from behind the scenes to on stage.
Yeah, I actually got a direct one act last year.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm 18 now, but I got that opportunity when I was 17 because I've done everything else. I've stage managed, I've ASM'd, I've done spotlight, I've done lights, I've done sound, I've acted. I've worked backstage. I've done so much.
When you've done all of those, do you have one that speaks to you the most, or do you find yourself being that utility player that can operate in all of those different areas?
It's a little bit of both. If somebody's like, hey, I need somebody to do this and I can't find anybody else and I'm free, I love being a part of shows. For me, it's more or less just being a part of the group and feeling the connection that everybody has. I do like being on stage, though. I am a very big actor. I like getting to be a character and building different emotions and thoughts and stuff. And when you get on stage and you act, that is your opportunity to become somebody else. You get to let go of all of your stress, all of whatever issues you have going on throughout your day. As soon as you're on that stage and you're acting, that all goes away.
And what is your character or role in this whole Percy Jackson musical?
So I am playing Grover. Grover's kind of Percy's best friend.
Not the Sesame Street character, for those of you watching.
Yeah, Grover's a half goat, not a little sesame monster. At the very beginning, Grover is very self-deprecating. He doesn't see himself as strong or anything like that. He's supposed to be a protector, but he never really feels like he fit into that role. But by the end of the show, a lot of stuff happens, and he realizes that he's a lot stronger than he thinks. And a big part of that is because he goes on all sorts of different adventures and all sorts of stuff with Percy and Annabeth, who kind of build him up and are like, yeah, no, you are all that. You are cool, Grover. Mm-hmm. And by the end of the show, it's like I've become an entirely different person. Mm-hmm. And a lot like with Anne of Green Gables, which I did a couple years ago, I get to develop throughout the show, which is always so much fun. And have a character arc literally from beginning to end. That's something awesome. And you can watch that character arc happen here live on this very stage at the Sierra Vista Community Theater, April 11th. Technically not the 11th because those tickets are sold out. But through the 27th, you can find your tickets in the post description. Let's hear it for Harley! Pass that mic on down. Tell us your name. How many shows have you been in here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater?
Hello, my name is Madden. This is my first show at the Sierra Vista Community Theater.
Madden, your first show? Yeah. Oh my goodness. All right, well, where did you come from? What took you so long? No. Okay, so first show. And what character are you playing?
I am playing Percy Jackson.
Well, that sounds like the titular character of this particular production. Is that the case?
Everybody is extremely important in the show.
Okay, but when your name is in the title, you know, I mean, everybody's important in Indiana Jones, but Indiana Jones is the only one that has his name up there, right? So
yeah, that's true.
Okay, so man, looking at this from a cast standpoint, your first time being involved in a production here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater, first time working, you know, with Kiri and with Mike and with the entire gang here. What has this experience been like for you?
It has been absolutely amazing. Everybody in the cast is just so welcoming, and I've made like leaps and bounds in progress as far as like my skill as an actor and even like my self-talk, just by hanging out with these people and having such a great experience. I entered the Sierra Vista Community Theater and immediately felt like these are my people. This is where I fit in.
Well, and that's something that I think speaks through generations, not just through the young people here on this stage. It's also through people who act on this stage in all the productions. That's a kind of a common theme that people find this being home.
Yeah.
And that's what you found here.
Yeah. I said, like I was going to say something. Yeah. Sorry.
That's okay. That's okay.
You'll find that I'm not really the best interviewer.
Oh, stop. That's right. Interviewee. I'm the interviewer. That's all right.
Yeah.
But who's keeping score? But again, knowing that, how are you feeling going into tomorrow night? Again, your first production here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater with a title character role.
Yeah, it is nerve-wracking, because this is a book series that a lot of people have grown up with. So there is that pressure to do the characters justice and to portray it in a way where it'll be like fun for everybody to experience, whether they're fans of the book or they're just seeing it for the first time. But I am really, really excited.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
And you're ready to take the stage and join your castmates and all the production people and watching it all come together.
Absolutely.
Live on this let's hear from Matt, everybody! Woo! So my name's Jeff. I come here and I interview these lovely, lovely people a lot, and I have so much fun doing it. Oh, I'm sorry, that's not. Let's go over to you. Oh, yeah. Let's talk. Give us your name and how many shows have you been in here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater?
My name is Riley, and this is my second show at the theater.
Riley, it is nice to see you. And what was your first show?
My first show was The Little Princess.
Okay, and that was the youth theater from
Yes.
From last time.
Yes.
Was it last year's?
Yeah.
Okay, and so you came back.
Yes, I came back.
What's it like being able to come back for the next iteration of the youth theater? Was it something that you knew immediately once last year's was done? You're like, I'm all in for next year.
Yeah, definitely.
And how has that experience? How's the experience different from year one to year two? What are some of the things, areas that you feel that you've grown, or areas that maybe the people here have helped you grow in?
I mean, I've certainly mastered quick changes this show.
Okay. So what is your role for this production?
I play ensemble, so I'm like
Okay.
a bunch of different characters.
And that's hence the quick change.
Yeah.
So, I mean, running back and forth, and obviously, who knows, you might even be dressing in a room that looks a lot like me while you're back there. I apologize for that. Thank you, Ryan. But okay, so looking at an ensemble role is someone who's almost a true utility player on the stage itself. We talked to Harley about being a utility player in all the different aspects, but an ensemble character, do you have to inhabit different characteristics for each character? Have you had to do that mentally, or is it kind of, well, because I'm ensemble, I can just be me, but I'm dressed up differently? How do you view it?
Well, I've had to change mindsets because one of my characters is a squirrel and then another one is Kurt Cobain. So that's like a drastic switch. Yeah.
Well, you're wearing the right shirt. I was going to say, I automatically think you're the coolest kid around, with a shirt like that.
You.
So, I mean, because I grew up with that music, because I'm very old. But, okay, so second year, second time on this stage, how do you feel this cast has come together as opposed to maybe last year? I mean, is it just as good, just as great, or is it even better?
I feel like it's just as good.
So, I mean, having that ability to know what you've done before and how you see it again, what are you expecting tomorrow night when these lights turn on and this place is packed because it is a sellout for tomorrow night's show?
It's a sellout.
What? Yeah, it'll be standing room only in here. What kind of emotions or feelings do you have right now in the back of your mind for what that moment is going to be like when those lights go up?
I know that everybody in the show is going to do great because they've been doing great all of this time through all of the rehearsal process. Even from the beginning when we were just saying our lines, I could tell that all of them were going to do really good.
Oh, that's great and so encouraging. Let's give her a big hand. Thank you. It's Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC. You are next. Tell us your name and how many shows you have been in here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater.
So my name is Gwendolyn. This is actually my first show.
Oh
here.
my goodness, Gwendolyn, her first show too. Okay, so you guys are first show buddies then? Is that kind of what it is? I mean, like literally being here for the first time. What was it that drew you to this particular production? Did you have a friend who was a part of this thing, or did you hear about it and see it and say, I think I want to try that?
So I've had friends that are in it, and I've loved theater my whole life. And Percy Jackson was very intriguing as my first show. And so I thought, let's give it a shot.
And what character or role will you be playing?
I have a couple, since I'm also part of the amazing ensemble.
Okay, and again, and that's a huge deal. Are you able to look to your friends who have been here and done this before in the ensemble cast to kind of get an idea? And how many quick changes are you doing?
Quite a bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What of your ensemble characters, do you have a favorite? Like, which one is your?
Definitely love playing young Annabeth. I look up to Emmy so much, and also it's just I love that song, and it's so like meaningful, and Harley does an amazing job, and it's just a very meaningful part of the play. I
love that answer. And again, asking the same question to Madden, what are your thoughts, your feelings that your very first time on this stage? Do you feel confident and comfortable? I mean, I know there's butterflies. I know there's excitement, just like you said, that as long as if you don't have those, then something might be wrong. Obviously, those are there. Maybe not jitters, but just the excitement of it. How are you feeling going into your first show?
There's definitely nerves, like everybody has, but I'm just beyond excited. It's been an amazing experience with director, cast, and crew, and it's been so welcoming for my first experience also. And I'm just very excited for tomorrow, especially. And so everybody can see the hard work that it's going to pay off, and it's amazing.
Well, we're excited that you're here. Big hand for Gwendolyn, everybody! Pass that on down. Tell us your name. How many shows have you been in here thus far at the Sierra Vista Community Theater? Go ahead.
My name is Mars. This would be my third show on this stage. So I'm relatively new here, but
well, when compared to 10, 15,
exactly,
18,
that's what I'm saying.
25, all of them, okay. So Mars, relatively new, third show. How do you feel about this cast and this whole presentation coming together for this youth musical, knowing that you have not as much experience as others, but you do have experience on this stage and experience working with other casts. How do you feel this one's come together?
I love this cast so much. Everybody, every single one of y'all have put in so much effort and so much work into it. The singing, the dancing, the acting, even the fight scenes it's just amazing. And it's all come together really well. And I love seeing it every night and love being in it every night we've been doing it.
And being in the other, which were the other shows that you were in?
I was also in The Addams Family, and I was in A Christmas Cast.
Both of those fantastic shows, by the way. And looking at tomorrow night, again, sellout crowd. You can't get tickets to tomorrow night. Maybe some important people could, but I mean, there might be room for maybe one more person who has their photos up in one of the dressing rooms. Very scary, very scary. If you missed that, you got to rewind to the very beginning of this video. That's where we started. Oh my gosh, you're too kind. So Mars, thinking about tomorrow night, these lights go. Did I ask you what role you're playing in this?
You did not. But let's do that. I play Ares and Amuse and the Minotaur.
Okay, so almost an ensemble style. I mean, a light ensemble, not as many wardrobe changes or cast changes in the back. But I mean, those roles sound like there's costuming involved with them. Oh, yeah. Is that the case? I mean,
oh yeah, the Minotaur costume. I have like an entire bull head that I have to put on, and I can barely see out of it, but it's so cool. And there's like a toga that goes with it.
All right, well, just remember that if you fall, I'm sure the front row will catch you.
I hope so.
It'll be like stage diving.
I really hope they do.
It'll be like that. Mars, tomorrow night, these lights go up. How are you feeling? And do you feel like everybody's ready? And can you feel the excitement in this room right now?
I absolutely can. It's going to be electric tomorrow night, and obviously there will be some nervousness, but the lights are going to go on and we're all going to do great. I just know it.
Well, and you can see this great production of this Percy Jackson youth musical here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater tomorrow night. You can't get tickets tomorrow night. All the way through the 27th. Let's hear for Mars, everybody! Last but not least, tell us your name and how many shows you have been in here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater.
My name is Abram, and I've probably been around the same amount of shows as them, except minus a few because I wasn't in some. Yeah.
So, Abram, what role or character will you be playing or doing here for the Percy Jackson musical?
I am doing the lights up there.
See, now okay, all right. I want to talk to you about this because I think one of the most unsung heroes of any production. If the lights don't go on, nobody can see what's going on, right? So you have a lot of power back there. If anybody up here on this stage makes you mad, you can say, guess what? They're going to be standing here and you're going to turn those lights on and like totally mess with their mind. No, I'm kidding. You wouldn't do that. Right, Abram? No, you wouldn't. So,
Yeah.
you've done all sorts of other shows. Have you done mostly background or backstage things, or have you done on-stage performances as well?
I have done one show where I was an actor, but the rest was just doing tech. I'm mainly just backstage props, but for the last two shows, Little Princess and this one, I've been the lights.
So, thinking about the importance of the tech side, obviously, all the actors and some of you have actually been on the tech side. You know what that's like. The importance of tech. Maybe there's some young people out there who are watching who want to be a part of a future youth musical or youth theater experience here at the Sierra Vista Community Theater, but maybe they're saying, I'm not an actor. I don't think I could do this. What kind of encouragement would you give them to say, there's other places that you can make these shows happen and you can be just as important?
You don't really have to be an actor. You could be any part of it. Even if you don't want to be even a part of the show, you could still support a show if you really like it.
Well, but what about someone who wants to be involved, but they don't necessarily want to be on stage? What kind of words would you encourage them with, and what other things could they do besides lights?
Well, besides lights, you could do the sounds. And backstage, sometimes you would go on stage, but in some shows there's a curtain where people wouldn't really see you putting stuff on. But in most shows we do here, we don't really have a curtain where you're just going out on the stage during a blue out or a blackout and you're placing stuff around.
And it's just as important, right? I mean, thinking about the back, I mean, and all you would agree that the tech side, it all has to come together when this place is packed, like it will be tomorrow night. As someone who's going to be running the lights tomorrow night, how do you feel going into tomorrow? All the rehearsals, all the hours, the countless hours, just talking to me. No, I mean, just being, just being in this theater and ready for this production. What is your mentality going into? I mean, you have to know the entire thing and have it all, and you're balancing things and juggling things and pushing buttons. I mean, how are you feeling going into tomorrow night?
I feel like in Act 1 I'll be a little more calmer than in Act 2, because in Act 2 it wasn't really designed until like 2-3 days ago, and I'm gonna have to, especially with some of the fast parts too, I just really feel like I need to get them down and practice them a little more.
Well, you know, you don't have much time, Abram. I'm now you're making me a little nervous here, but that's all right. No, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be an incredible, big hand for Abram, by the way. Kiri, come on back up here one more time. Here, let's grab this and tell me one more time about these kiddos here and all the hard work that they put in. This is just a small cross section of these young people here.
Yeah.
But I mean, to think, because you said the cast is upwards of 20, right?
20.
Yeah. So I mean, this is not. I can
And
almost.
that's without
I
tech.
did graduate from Buena High School, but I could tell this is not 20. So, you know, I mean. Hey, you know, public school was the goodest thing that ever happened to me. So thinking about looking at these kids, the excitement that's here, as the director, all of the hard work, all those weeks and preparation, the tryouts, the auditions, the singing, the dancing, the choreography. These lights are going bright tomorrow night.
Yeah.
What is going to be your final word to them tomorrow night? Can we get like a sneak peek of that, or is it just break a leg?
Break legs, not clavicles.
And that's exactly what we hope. No breaking will happen. It's going to be an amazing show, and we're so excited. Thank you guys so much for letting me be here. Thank you for letting us check in with you guys. Thank you, Mike, for helping set this up. And again, you can be a part of supporting the arts and continuing this amazing work that is done several times a year on this very stage for the Sierra Vista Community Theater, right here in the mall at Sierra Vista. You walk by it maybe and you've never gotten a ticket to see a show. I implore you. I encourage you. I cannot tell you enough. The talent, the time that everybody takes in order to make this show happen. It's so incredible. And I'd say as we finish this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport, brought to you by SSVEC, Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, serving our community. Please do us a favor. Share this video around. Tag your friends and family. Maybe you have some family members who love Percy Jackson. You didn't even know that Percy Jackson, the musical, was going to be coming to the Sierra Vista Community Theater. Now is your time. Now is your chance to see it happen live on this very stage. Not tomorrow night because it's sold out, but all the way through the 27th of April. You can be a part of helping support these young people and their dreams of being able to perform, their dreams of being able to be a production designer of a musical and theater just like this right here. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for supporting the Sierra Vista Community Theater. For all the tickets information, we encourage you to follow their Facebook page, their Instagram page, all their social medias. It's all in the post description. And what I would like to do is I would like to invite these people up here. Can we all just take a bow? Can we all just take a bow?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching this episode of Checking In with Jeff Davenport. Again, brought to you by SSVEC. If you get any added value on anything we do here on Cool FM Live, leave us a thumbs up, leave us a follow. And where should I stand? Where should I? Oh, I get in the. All right. So we go like this. We go like, here we go. We come up like this. Step up and down, up and down, and then we clap. Thank you guys for watching. We'll check in with you again later on. You guys are all amazing. High fives all around. High fives.